Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Cooking with Chef Aaron. Today, we're going to be setting foot in Western Europe as we explore the country of Spain. Now this country was requested to me by none other than Katie Klinduch. As always, thank you for your request. I'd like to give a big shout out to you. I hope to receive more requests from other people sometime in the future. Okay, so I'm going to start this review off by talking about the largest and capital city of Spain, which is Madrid. And as you can see here, this city has a lot of very elegant, artsy looking buildings. Even though they're kind of old in design, they look very artistic, and I really like all the colors that blend in here. Because as you can see, on a beautiful night, as you can see, it's all colorful. You can see a bunch of sort of rainbow colors. And that's just what I gotta say about Madrid. I really like the way all the buildings are designed. They have a really nice old European vibe to them, and the colors look nice as well. Okay, so the next city I'm going to shift my attention over to is the second largest city, which is Barcelona. And this city is pretty nice as well because, as you can see in this picture here, I have a photo of the Hotel W, which is near a beach. And as you can see, it's very futuristic in design and colors because it's all nice and blue, and I really like the design to it. And as you can see, it's very similar in design. It almost looks exact same to that of the Blue Sky Hotel in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. As you can see, these are very similar sites. The only difference is that one is in Spain, the other one's in Mongolia, but they're very similar in design and color. And another famous tourist attraction in Barcelona that I really like is this tower, which is known as the Chore Glories. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm incorrect, do let me know in the comments below. But as you can see, it's very tall, and it's very thin and erect, like this. And I really like the design of it because it looks really beautiful at night, and it looks phenomenal with all the blue and red, very futuristic in colors. And during the day, it's nice as well, though I'll admit it's not really that appealing to look at because it's just the lights are kind of out, and it doesn't really look that futuristic or captivating, but it still looks really nice the way it is. Another thing I like about Barcelona is this cathedral right here. It's sort of like the Cathedral of Barcelona, and as you can see, it's very old. It sort of has sort of an ancient vibe to it. I really like all the colors that blend in, and just really elegant and artistic. Okay, so now I'm going to shift my attention over to the third largest city in Spain, which is called Valencia, and this is a very beautiful city as well because, as you can see, there's a lot of nice palm trees here in the main square, and the architecture is also very colorful. As you can see here, it's all rainbow colors, and it looks really nice the way it is. And I really like the city of arts and designs in Valencia. This looks very futuristic, and it looks something like something of a science fiction movie. It looks really interesting the way it is. I like it a lot. Okay, so to wrap up my review, I'm going to talk about the rural parts of Spain now. And as you can see here, you can see a lot of colorful green and brown mountains, sort of. And it's very similar to what you would find in Tajikistan, which is in Central Asia. And I just really like all the way the colors blend in with the vegetation and the rural areas, as well as the buildings I showed earlier. And yes, Spain is a very interesting country to visit. Okay, so overall, I think I would probably have to give the country of Spain a B+. Okay, without further ado, let's head up to my kitchen. I'll show you how to make the Seafood Paella and Chorizo. Follow me, please. Okay, so in order to make the Seafood Paella and Chorizo, the ingredients you will need are as follows. We have over here, in this ramekin right here, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And over here in this bowl, I've cut up a pound of Spanish sausages, otherwise known as chorizo, into 1-inch pieces. And in this other ramekin, I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil again. And over here, I have, in this ramekin, some salt and pepper for seasoning, as well as 2 teaspoons of cumin. And I've also got 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of granulated garlic, and half a teaspoon of turmeric. And over here, in this little measuring cup, I've got half a cup of dry white wine, And in this measuring cup, I have just over 1.5 cup of tomatoes. And over here in this bowl, 2 cups of basmati rice. And I have 4.5 cups of chicken broth in this measuring cup over here. And I also have 1 pound of clams in this small bowl. And I've also got 3/4 pounds of large shrimp in this bowl. And I've also got 1.5 cup of frozen peas in this bowl. Oh, and in the small bowl I have 3 cloves of garlic. Alright, so now before I begin the cooking process, I just want to say that this episode of Cooking with Chef Aaron is going to be a little different from my normal episodes. Normally I've used pans on the stove, but this device I have connected right here is known as the Instant Pot. Now the Instant Pot is a handy kitchen tool that is a combination slow cooker and pressure cooker. One of its many features includes a saute function, which is right here at the bottom. And there's no need to dirty up an extra pan to brown meat. Today, we'll be demonstrating the saute and pressure cook functions. Alright, so to begin the cooking process, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm just going to pour them into the pot like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the saute button at the bottom, right here. And I'm just going to let it warm up for a little bit. And afterwards I will add my chorizo. Okay, so now that my pot is hot, I'm going to add my chorizo now. And what you want to do is you just want to stir this around for about 4 to 5 minutes, and eventually your sausages should be nice and brown. So as you can see, what I'm doing here, just move this a little closer so you can see what I'm doing, is I'm mixing up all my sausages so that they're blended well with the olive oil. Okay, so once you've cooked your sausages for 5 minutes, what you want to do is you want to take them out of the Instant Pot and put them in a small metal bowl and set them aside. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our other 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. We're going to put them in the Instant Pot like this. So just like that. And once again we are going to press the saute button. So at the very bottom of your Instant Pot on the left you'll press saute. And just let it set up for a little bit. And once you've heard the beeping, what you can do now is you can take your onions and garlic and you can put them inside along with the oil. And we're just going to let these cook for a while until the onions are nice and brown. So just put your garlic in with the onions, and afterwards we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so once your onions have become translucent and have transformed into a nice reddish brown color, the next thing you want to do is you want to take all of your spices, your turmeric, paprika, granulated garlic, cumin, salt and pepper, and you just want to pour it all into the mixture with the onions and garlic. And you just want to give this a good mix, and you just let it cook for an additional 3 minutes. Okay, so now that your colors have blended in for the spices, what you're going to do now is you're going to take your white cooking wine and you're going to pour it all into the Instant Pot like that. And we're just going to mix well once again. And we're just going to let this cook for another few minutes. Okay, so once you've let your white wine sit in the Instant Pot for a while, you're going to press cancel, and that will cancel the sauteing process. And afterwards I'm going to put in my tomatoes, rice, broth, and the clams. Okay, so now once you've canceled your saute function, we're going to add our tomatoes like this. And we're also going to add our clams. Tasty. And we're also going to add our basmati rice. pour it all in like that. And we're also going to add 4 cups of the chicken broth. And you want to pour in most of it, 4 cups, and the last half cup we're going to use for later. So you want to reserve half a cup for later. So once that's all incorporated into your Instant Pot, I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to give this all a good mix. Make sure everything's nicely blended. And afterwards we'll move on to the next step. So now once you've put in all of your other ingredients, what you're going to do is you're going to put your lid on your Instant Pot. You're going to slide it so it's locked in place. And you will hear that sound, sort of like a video game. And what you're going to do now is you're going to take this little vent right here. You're going to twist it all the way over here to the sealing function. Okay, so once you've turned your vent to the sealing function, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to, in the bottom right hand corner of your Instant Pot, you're going to press pressure cook. And as you can see, it's set to 8 minutes already. You want to keep it to 8 minutes, and the function will be at high. And as you can see, it's turned on, it's made that little beeping noise, and afterwards you're ready to move on. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind is once you've started your pressure cooking, the Instant Pot will display on until it's warm enough to start pressure cooking. Once it's warm enough, it'll start counting down from 8 minutes to 0. Okay, so now one thing to keep in mind during pressure cooking, the silver float that you see right here beside the switch with the sealing and venting switch, silver float valve will be level with the top of the lid during pressure cooking. When you release the pressure to venting, which is when you turn it, you must wait until the silver float valve drops all the way down in order to open the lid. Okay, so once the pressure cooking has finished, you're going to grab an oven mitt for safety purposes, and we're going to turn this knob to venting and some steam should come out. And afterwards we'll move on to the next step. So once all the steam has been released, you'll hear a click from the silver valve and it'll drop. And what you want to do is you want to remove the lid, and you will just want to cancel the pressure cooking. And once it's been pressure cooked, it will look something like this. And we're going to start sauteing again, and we're going to add all of our other ingredients. Okay, so you're going to press saute on your Instant Pot, and we're going to take this remaining chicken broth, and we're going to pour it in like this. And we're going to stir it all around like this. It's looking very nice and colorful, very appetizing. And we're going to take our Spanish sausages, or otherwise known as chorizo. We're going to add them back into the Instant Pot. Make sure it's blended well. Yes, this looks very good. And now we're going to add our shrimp to the mixture as well. Make sure it's blended in as well. And last but not least, we will add our frozen peas. Make sure it's all in here. And there we go. And I'm going to take my spoon, and I'm just going to mix everything well until it's all nicely blended. And afterwards we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so now once everything is nicely blended, it should look something like this. And we're just going to let this all sit for an additional 5 minutes and stirring occasionally. And once this is finished, we'll do a taste test, and I'll tell you what I think of it. Alright, let's see what I think of this. Alright, let's see what I think of this. I'll get some rice as well. This tastes really good. The sausage is very well cooked. Tasted very well. The shrimp is very well good as well. I also like all the veggies inside with the peas. Tastes really good. Alright, and here's the finished product served on our placemats. Served with a nice garden salad with some tomato wedges. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.